Yes, what's happening, guys? Hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying this amazing weather. Well, I guess it depends when you're watching this because it is England after all and it's probably snowing by the time you're watching this in August. But anyway, listen, today's video is just basically a little update of what's been going on, what's going to be going on, what's at the unit and stuff like that. I do want to start making a bit more content. I have been pushing to do a video every single week, but I'm going to try and upload maybe 2, maybe even 3 videos every single week. Giving you guys some updates with what's going on at the unit, maybe even some of the competition cars, something else. If you've got any suggestions of what you would like to see on this channel, let me know and I will take that on board. So since we're standing right next to it, it'd be silly not to start with the twin turbo and work our way over to the Mark 7 at the back. So the twin turbo R32, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this, so I'm not going to bore you with the details. I'm just going to give you an update and talk about what's been going on lately. In fact, I was actually working on this car about an hour ago and I was actually driving this car yesterday. Yes, you heard that, driving this car. So let me talk a little bit more about that. So I haven't actually dropped the latest video on this car. I've been recording for the last few weeks. And yeah, basically we've been messing about with the map. We've got the tuner Nick from Greece who tunes it remotely. I think in the last video on this car, we actually got it started for the first time since fitting the sequential gearbox. But I can confirm that now I have actually driven this car not very far, just around the yard, up and down a few times to try and iron out some niggly bits in the base map we've got. The next thing for this car will be to tidy up the wiring and hopefully get it on a dyno or get it on a runway and try and get an actual map. There is still quite a lot to do with it. Like I said, the wiring needs tidying up. I have started tidying up a little bit here, but it is going to be getting sent off for a full motorsport wire loom. So I'm not going to go to town on tidying it up myself because I'm going to be spending a lot of money on the wiring with an actual company who knows what they're doing. Inside, again, I have tidied up a little bit since the last video. Still a little bit more to do. Also, the fuel lines need attention as well because they have just been plumbed so we could get the car started. They're not safe at all. Actually, I'll give you a little sneak preview. So yeah, that's the current situation with the fuel lines. All this needs doing. Ideally, I think what I'm going to do is come off here, go there into a bulkhead fitting, and then carry on the fuel lines underneath. The battery needs strapping down as well. Amazing little battery, Super B battery, absolutely sick little battery. That is that for the twin turbo. Hopefully, finally, in fact, we'll be getting this car on the road this year. I need to get the exhaust sorted because it's been rubbing since fitting the new, well, say new to me gearbox. But yeah, I'm really excited. I really had a good time driving it around yesterday. Did notice that it was overheating. I should have kept the OEM fans really. I've gone with these aftermarket ones here with this aftermarket shroud and an aftermarket radiator, which doesn't seem to be up to the job. However, we have just been testing it on idle, so we can't really judge just yet. So yeah, that's the story with the twin turbo. Moving on to the green R32 rebuild, which is taking an absolute lifetime. All I can say is thank you to you guys for your patience. This car is actually being rebuilt and then going to be given away on Level Up giveaways. You can actually purchase your tickets right now, so head over to the website if you want to do that. What we're doing basically is rebuilding this car, as I mentioned, but you guys can buy tickets right now. That money is being used to rebuild the car, essentially, which has worked out okay. I think we've claimed back about £9,500. I'll put the exact number right now as of today, but I think we've spent about 15 to 16,000. So we're a little bit behind, but it has been fun, and we are actually getting to the final stages now. So I'll quickly run over this, talk about what's going on, and then we'll move on to the next car. So yeah, the R32 rebuild. This used to be a crashed, damaged, written off black R32 that was destined for scrap. I've been slowly, or very slowly, rebuilding this car. The damage has been fixed. The whole car's had a glass out, full bare metal. Well, bare metal is probably an exaggeration, but it was rubbed down. Any imperfections were taken out, and it's been resprayed in a good wood green, which is an actual Audi colour, and it looks absolutely amazing. It has been sat around for a long time since the paint. It hasn't been polished since it's been painted, and it is now covered in dust. In a couple of the previous videos, we've took the air ride off now and gone for a brand new set of BC coilovers. The money from the air ride that we sold was used to purchase a supercharger. So this car is now supercharged, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. I think this is the right direction for this car. I would have loved to have kept it on air ride, but I think, you know, performance wise, when you've got a car that's going to be pushing in the 420 to 450 brake horsepower range, you kind of want it on coilovers. That's my personal opinion. We ended up selling the old wheels as well. Again, that money was used to fund bits and bobs of the car, because like I said earlier, we are trailing behind with the funds. So we do need to find some wheels for it. These wheels are tent wheels. They're cracked to hell. I've actually pumped that tire up today because it just go down really, really quick, and I didn't want the car to look absolutely rubbish. So the other side is a different set of wheels. They're Ultralegeras. No, sorry, they're Superlegeras, and these ones are the Ultralegeras. I've actually got about 5 sets of these, and all but one set are cracked. They are an amazing looking wheel. Still really, really expensive, but boy, do they crack. In terms of what's left to do with this car, still quite a bit, to be fair. We have got a long way, but we've still got a bit of a way to go. I've decided I'm going to be getting all the boost pipes redone, just because obviously they're blue, and I think they would be better done in stainless steel or even aluminium, I don't know, but they need redoing for 2 reasons. One, like I said, they're blue, and for 2, the front bumper no longer fits on the car without trimming it, and I do not want to trim this front bumper. I really hope that's a hair. Yes, it is. Oh, yeah, it is. Wow, bit of a panic there, but yeah, it's just Hugo's dog hair. But yeah, so we're going to get the pipe work redone, all nice and fancy, and we're going to be getting the underneath powder coated as well. I've already sent off a second spare set of hubs and wishbones and stuff like that to be powder coated and polybushed. They are taking forever, so yeah, I need to chase that up. So I would say boost pipes need doing. We're waiting for a different ECU that was meant to have come with the engine, because we've actually replaced the engine again. This shell came with no engine whatsoever. We put one in, an NA, got it all running, everything was good, everything was fine. And then I put this one in, which has now got a head spacer to accompany the supercharger. Interior wise, interior still needs sorting out. It's got a set of half levers in there. I am toying with the idea of getting a set of R32 seats retrimmed. I could do with these for one of my other cars. So that is something that I've had a bit of an idea about, but I'm not too sure yet. I think it would look nice in here with some tanned leather seats. But you know, you guys let me know what you think, because one of you guys are going to be winning this, not me. I also forgot to mention we actually fitted a set of Miltech manifolds and downpipes when we put that engine in. So yeah, that's where the money went from the wheels and from the air ride, was to cover, well, put towards the cost of the supercharger, the new engine, the coilovers, and the Miltech downpipes, decat, and manifolds. Yeah, an absolute, you know what, this car's costing me an absolute fortune. So yeah, grab some tickets if you're in a position to do so. It would help a lot. On to the next car, which is this one under the covers here, which, to be fair, I'm not even going to talk about. This is pretty much an abandoned project that I had planned. I started gathering all the parts for it. This was actually going to be a really, really exciting project. It turned out to get really, really expensive. I started getting let down with stuff shortly. Well, yeah, as soon as I started basically putting the parts together, I was being let down left, right and center by some reputable, hopefully I'm saying that right, reputable companies as well, which is really, really annoying. Like literally just being blanked. Companies told me that they had the custom parts in that I needed to use, and then they just disappeared. So you know what, I'm not going to bait them up or nothing, because I've been through a lot lately and I know how it gets. But when you see, you know what, anyway, just leave that, that's just politics. Anyway, this project for now is abandoned, but it is another Mark IV. Obviously it's an R32, it's blue, but yeah, it's just stripped at the moment, but fingers crossed we'll be able to do something with it in the future. On to the next car, which is this one. Now, I can't wait to get this one done. I have absolutely missed driving an R32, and my plan is to daily this one. Hence why I've gone for 5-door, and I'm also, let's go inside, DSG converting it, which it all runs, it all works, it drives fine. I have been fiddling about with this. I've actually filmed a full video on this already. I haven't dropped it yet. There's a little bit more editing to do, and then it's ready to drop. Some of you who have watched the videos in the past will probably see what's been done already, but yeah, I'm absolutely over the moon with how this is coming on. Again, this one's taking a little bit long, but this is a bit of a personal project, and hopefully we're going to get this done in the summer so I can get out there and put some miles on it. I'm absolutely gassed about getting this on the road. To be honest, I haven't driven an R32 Mark IV for ages. And in fact, just looking at it, it's got me a bit happy. And you know what? I'm in a good mood. The sun's out. I'm going to give you a sneak preview of some of the parts that I've got for this DSG R32. Come look at this. Come look at this. This, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah. This is a genuine, yes, genuine, brand new Mark IV Golf R32 DSG steering wheel. Yes, if you didn't know or you've not watched any of my previous videos, they did actually make around 200 DSG versions of the Mark IV R32. Now listen, don't get me wrong, the manual is the one to go for, but with there only being 200 DSG Mark IV Golf R32s, they are super rare. Even more rare in a 5-door, and I'm building one right now. I'm buzzing, I can't wait. And I've got more DSG goodies as well, so the next update is going to be good, but the update after that is going to be even better. So make sure you subscribe for those. On to the next car. And the next car is this. Yeah, it's the big turbo R32. Where do I even start with this thing? Obviously, some of you have probably seen this car was actually meant to go. I did actually attempt to raffle this car on my personal page. Didn't really go to plan. There was a mixture of people that said they wanted tickets, not actually wanting tickets. There was a mixture of Instagram not putting my stories and stuff out there, so people weren't actually seeing that I was actually taking money. Because how I did it was, I took loads of names down for people that potentially wanted a ticket, didn't take any money, and then once I had a certain number of tickets, I think we got to about 470, I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna bite the bullet, take a bit of an L and let it go at that. So I started collecting some money, and I think around 79 people paid, and I just got tired, I got fed up. I've been really run down lately and busy with other stuff, so I just really never had the energy to chase everyone up. And like I said, it's not actually everyone's fault, because Instagram is a little bit to blame as well, and I'm a little bit to blame as well, because yeah, you know what, I could have probably just sat there and DM'd the other 400 people that didn't reply to the messages about paying. So you know what, it is what it is. I've actually started ordering a couple of parts for this now, so my idea with this now is to get it moving. So it starts, it runs, that's as far as I got. So you can go and watch those videos of them updates when we first got this car started. But I think to be able to get any sort of money back from this, or even to raffle it and make it a bit more appealing, I think it needs to drive, and it's not that far off of being driven. A lot of money needs to be spent on it, but you know, I think it's worth spending it and trying to claim it back a little bit later on via either selling it or raffling it. So that is the idea with this. You will not see this car on YouTube, or you will not see a dedicated video on this car until it runs and drives. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Subscribe, guys. So moving on from that is my little Mark VII Golf that no one really knew that I had until recently. So I've actually been doing some videos on this, and the response on this has been really, really good. The videos have been getting quite a few views in comparison to like the Mark IVs that I do. So yeah, I'm going to be doing some more videos on this. Again, I'm actually in the middle of recording a video on this. We are taking it to get a new exhaust because I have fitted a TCR rear bumper. So it doesn't really match up with the exhaust that's on there currently, which is an RS3 one. And yeah, I'm really excited to get this one done. Again, just like the DSG R32. This car, when I first got it about nearly, I think it's about a year and a half ago, I'm not too sure, but this car has been sat gathering dust in the unit, not driving for over, well, a year this month. Was it a year this month? A year, it's been a year anyway. So it's been really good working on this and getting it driving. I took it for an MOT for the first time. in obviously a year, so that means I drove it for the first time in a year, sorry. And yeah, put a big smile on my face. I didn't send it or anything like that because it was going to the MOT station. I didn't really want to risk anything, but yeah, this car is now all MOT'd. I'm just waiting for a few bits. It needs to go to the exhaust company. Wow, fabrication company, Lost in Fab. They're going to be making an exhaust for it. It was actually meant to be going tomorrow, but he's had a problem with his lift, so hopefully we're going to get it the day after, which will be Thursday. So yeah, updates to come on that. And yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do after that with this. There's still a few bits that I would like to change on it, but I'm not too sure whether I'm going to keep it, raffle it, sell it. I am quite balls deep into this car. I purchased the original car for £35,000, and then I've done all this to it. So we've got the Club Sport front bumper, we've got the Oz Ultra Ligueras, TCR interior, carbon intake from Inventuri, carbon, just loads. I've done loads to it. Even a Club Sport rear boot. I'm going to get an exhaust made for it. So I would say that I'm getting on to around £40,000 to £45,000 on this car. No, about £40,000 into this car, and I need to spend about another £5,000 before I'm absolutely happy with it. So I think, to be fair, after saying it out loud, I think the only real thing to do with this car is raffle it to try and get that much money back. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What do you think? Would you buy a ticket for that? Absolute perfect spec, I think. Next car. Well, the next car is actually outside, and it's that red nearly said R32. I've got so many R32s. That red Mark IV Golf 2 litre non-turbo thing that I bought that had one owner and 246,000 miles. So yeah, that's currently sat outside the unit. I'm not going to bring it in for the sake of this video. But yeah, I've got a few ideas with that, but in order to do that, I need to be releasing some funds. And one way I'm going to be releasing funds actually is by raffling off this Audi R8 and this TT RS. So I'm not too sure when you're watching this video. It's most likely possible that the R8 is up, but it's probably not likely that the TT is up. Yeah, these two cars need to go. For those that don't know or don't know what I do to make my money, I run a raffle site where you can win cash, cars and stuff like that. And if I'm being completely honest, it's being held back a little bit at the moment due to all my money, all profits being tied up in not just these projects, but this car in particular. I've got a lot of money tied up in this car, so I could do with it being gone. There is a massive £100,000 cash alternative on this car, so if you don't want this car, which I will completely understand, it is a supercar after all, and you've got to tax insure it, which I'm going to give you £5,000 to do so with. But yeah, if you don't want the car, there's a £100,000 cash alternative, so yeah, definitely worth getting a ticket on it. And there's a £30,000 cash alternative on the TT RS. You know what, I think that actually concludes the video. There isn't actually any other cars. We've got our friend's R8 Gen 1 here, and we've got the Skyline R33 GTR that's going to be going back to the trader that we got it from. So yeah, apart from that, that is it. We've got the twin turbo R32, we've got the supercharged green R32, we've got the NA DSG R32, we've got the pig turbo R32, and we've got the Mark 7 Golf with an RS3 Daza engine in it. I forgot to mention the Mark 7 is actually stage 2 as well, so the RS3 engine that's in it is stage 2, so it's running about 520 brake. It's a really quick car. I did take on the OG battles before it looked like this, and I think it ran like a 2.7 second 0 to 60, and a very decent quarter mile as well, which I can't remember the exact time. But yeah, the only thing I'd like to do to this Mark 7 now probably is stage 3. Stage 3 would be nice, but you know, then I'm going to be like 50 grand into it. I'm just, I don't know. What do I do with it? But anyway, listen, that is what's going on at the unit at the moment. Loads more to come. I've got a few ideas for a few things. So listen, if you've enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. We're nearly at 5,000 subscribers as well. So shout out to every single one of you. And if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, it literally takes 2 seconds. So it'd be really nice if you could. But yeah, anyway, till the next video, see you later. Bye-bye.